All right, here we go. Conference championship over.
Yeah.
Dom, how we feeling? Other than
I was
frustrated.
fine, and then we got frustrated again.
Well,
How are
yeah.
you feeling? How are you feeling,
I feel
sir?
nothing. I
As
feel
we record
nothing.
this, as we record
I feel nothing.
Thursday, January 30th in the evening. If you guys want to have a good time, just go on Twitter and search up.
Yes. Yeah, we are
Somebody new
all
likes to get some
aware. We are
massages.
all aware of Justin Tugger at this point. We get it. That's his new nickname, apparently.
Yeah. Hey man,
I just don't think it's
it's
fair that all of my Deshaun Watson shots are only coming back on me and not you as well. I think that's bullshit.
we took our shots immediately. That's fact.
That is.
And I took them
But
with
why am
grace.
I the only one being
I took them with
punished?
grace.
I need
It's you
a
and every
Cam
Baltimore
Hayward
fan.
scandal to happen like right now.
Cam Hayward's like the best dude in the world. That's like it's never gonna happen.
Yeah, we thought Justin Tucker was too. Oh, fuck me. I don't know. I just want it to be true. I will say this. I will say this. I will say this. In terms of, I just want to be clear on this. I did the same thing with Deshaun Watson. I didn't want to make any assumptions until all facts were presented. To be fair to everybody.
To be fair to everybody. And I would almost agree to that, but I made that mistake once. And one sexual scandal, I was just like, okay, I get it. 6 sexual scandals against a kicker.
Yeah, I don't love it.
That's where I started.
I'm being
yeah,
very,
no,
I don't love it.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna give him the benefit of a doubt.
I was doing all of that with Deshaun until somebody pointed out like 22 of anything is too many to have. So like that's a big red flag, and I was just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Whereas 6 is too many to have.
I stopped
if all of this is So there's that.
6 is way too many.
Happy I bought a Justin Tucker jersey this year. Moving on, let's go to the conference championship games.
Yeah, let's get into it. Saquon, I'm gonna call it right now. He's
should have been
MVP in this. Oh no, he's gonna win MVP in the Super Bowl.
That's my only real take from this game. Is that we sat here and we argued about Josh Allen and Lamar, but back when we were banging the drum for Saquon, that's really the MVP.
I mean, I
think it is.
He's brought back
again. I'm back
to that.
He's brought back
how important a running back is.
Mm-hmm.
He really has, and it's impressive to see happen, especially for a guy who has had a up and down career, to say the least, especially with injuries. To see what he can do healthy and with a good O-line has been the most impressive thing. He's essentially taken the Eagles to a different level, and
everything runs through him. Literally, everything runs through him.
It's just tougher. It's the most complete team to the most tightly run team. That's a matchup we get. So it's going to be interesting to see.
It's the epitome of when shit's going sideways, just give it to him, and he'll stabilize everything. And he just does. It's insane. Like,
yeah.
Again, it's either going to be Josh or Lamar that wins MVP. Saquon's the MVP. I'm just going to say it like that.
I mean, we'll find out who's going to win MVP on Saturday night. And in addition, they'll give Saquon Offensive Player of the Year.
He's not going to win MVP. Yes, he solidified himself, I think. Even though it's a regular season award, they also wait until this time of year to do it because the playoffs do play into it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Saquon Offensive Player of the Year going away, I think, at this point. But
I don't know if anybody else gets a vote for first place.
He should be unanimous, and I will say that he should be unanimous. I think Derrick Henry will get a vote or two. I just think it'll happen, but I do think that Saquon should be.
I think Lamar will get a vote or two.
Offensive Player of the Year? I don't think he will.
For the people that don't vote Josh Allen, for the people that don't vote Lamar Jackson as their MVP one, they might put Lamar as Offensive Player of the Year.
10 years ago, I agree with that statement, but it became clear about 10 years ago that MVP, quarterbacks, Offensive Player of the Year, quarterbacks are not eligible.
I'm pretty sure Lamar has won Offensive Player of the Year in the last 10 years.
I don't think he did. I think he's only MVPs. I'll double check it.
Real quick, but continue.
That's all I had. You go ahead, actually, because I'm looking at that now.
Whatever, you can do it. Bitch. Yeah, I just watching the game. It was pretty dominant from the start. I mean,
what did I say?
Washington had a 10 years.
10 years. What is it? 2024. So we go back to 2014. There have been 3 quarterbacks. 2014 would be the last
quarterback. 3. That's on 0.
So 2018, Patrick Mahomes did the sweep, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year. 2016, Matt Ryan, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year. 15, Cam Newton, Offensive Player of the Year, MVP.
Interesting.
And those 3 seasons, quite honestly, were objectively in the past decade, 3 of the best quarterbacking years.
Maybe.
So I should have said the last 5 years.
7 years is more.
Yeah, but that's 3 and 10. So we're basically getting to, okay, Patrick Mahomes threw for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns. Matt Ryan had an insane year, and I don't think anybody else really did anything that year. And then Cam Newton went 15-1. I digress.
All right, well, back to what I was saying. Philly really had control of that game from the start. I mean, defensively, Washington tried to drive down the field. It was what was it, like a 9-minute drive, and they only got a field goal out of it. And then on Philly's first play of their first possession, Saquon touchdown. So it's just, it's insane. I'm sorry, it was an 8-minute and 18-play drive. 7-minute, 18-play drive.
I'm trying to look at what time I texted you.
Absolutely ridiculous.
That the game was over?
I think it was after Saquon's touchdown.
I texted you at 3:30.
Yeah, that's right after Saquon's touchdown.
That game started at 3.
That game was never felt close. And I mean, it was close because for a minute it was 14-12 after Washington scored their first touchdown in the second quarter, and then Eagles were up 27-15 at half, and they didn't look back. I
was just gonna say, like just because
they dropped 50 points in the game.
I was gonna say, I think I texted you when it was 14-6, and then I got to 14-12 right after that, and it was just kind of like, I mean, I didn't want to go.
It wasn't anything.
There was never a point that I tried to redact that statement.
No, I never felt the need to.
Right.
And that was slightly different in the Buffalo KC game, where in that game I did text you, and after some bullshit happened, I was like, well, this game's over. And then Buffalo came back. They scored right before half to make it close, and I was like, oh, maybe. And then they took the lead in the third quarter, and then some more bullshit happened, and the game was kind of out of hand after that. Once Kansas City scored after the turnover on downs, that's when I knew Buffalo probably was not winning that game.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I felt that game was over in the second quarter. I said that to you, that I felt that game was kind of over.
I mean, it was just kind of like, I felt the same thing at that moment. It was, let me see here.
No, even after Buffalo scored and made it, what was it, 22-21 or whatever it was?
That was in the third when Buffalo scored.
Or was it that? Yeah, whatever it was, even after they scored in the second half there, or at the end of the second quarter, I'm sorry. Yeah, because it was,
so that would have made it 21-16.
That's right. Yeah, they got it to 21-16. And then what really did it for me was Buffalo got the ball to start the second, and then they stalled out pretty quickly.
No, Kansas City got the ball to start the second half.
Are you sure?
And then Buffalo, yes, I'm staring at it. And then Buffalo drove down, scored a touchdown. Kansas City punted, and then Buffalo turned it over on downs off the bullshit.
Hold on, I'm trying to remember this now.
Kansas City drove down the field
a very long time
3 minutes and scored. Yeah.
I don't know. I just, even at 21-16, and they take, or yeah, what was it? They took the lead at 22-21.
Yeah, when Buffalo took the lead at 22-21, that
at the end of the third.
Yeah, there was like 2 minutes left in the third.
That was kind of locking into me that, yeah, no, you got a 1-point lead going into the fourth quarter against these guys. You think that's enough?
I never said it was enough.
No, I'm just saying, I kind of checked out on that game at that.
I checked out after the turnover on downs situation where they do their little quarterback sneak, whatever you want to call it, tush push, however it was set up. I don't know.
Which I want to be mad about a little bit, honestly, in terms of Buffalo. But go ahead, finish your thought first.
Well, I get where you're gonna go with this. But even without all that shit, you can see the ball crosses that line of to gain on almost every angle you want to look at. So when you flip that then to New York to take a look, and it comes back the same that he didn't gain it. It's just
So I was watching this at work with no sound. Did they blow a whistle early on that play?
No, they let it play out.
Yeah,
but his momentum carries that all the way.
All right, fair enough. All right.
So and then even the line judge on the right side of the field, when he's running across, he has first down signaled. Line judge on the left side has him about a half a yard short.
Okay.
And then the line judge on the right side adjusts to the left. They meet, converse, call him short.
This is where I'm going to get upset about this play. Not upset about the call or upset about any other part of it, but just the way that the Bills run this play. Because they did it in the Ravens game, and I've seen them do it all year long. There's a reason that the Eagles are able to pull this off. Jalen Hurts is small, and when they run that play, you do not see him. You don't see him when you're watching an Eagles game. You don't see Jalen Hurts until everybody gets off the pile. When they do this with Josh Allen, he goes high and he goes left every single time. And whether or not the spot they got rigged on or not, Chiefs were ready for it. And this is, again,
100% Chiefs were ready for it.
Again, I will defend the Chiefs on things as much as I hate it.
I'm not blaming the Chiefs or anything.
No, I understand, but I'm just saying, this is where it happens. And like what you just said, it's like, guy on the right is saying first down. Guy on the left, the direction that Josh Allen is coming, is going, no, that's short.
No, but you take a look at everything, and you can see the ball clearly crossing.
It's just the issue that I have with the Bills and how they run that play.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it, and you're going to copycat the Eagles, one, why are you throwing your guy into that? The only reason you're in this position in the first place, why are you putting him in that position?
Yeah.
Two, why are you doing it the wrong way on top of that and going high and trying to do this, the jump over thing? Justin Herbert did it once and hasn't done it since.
Yeah.
Even the Ravens, when they do that, they bring in Mark Andrews because Mark Andrews goes low. And he knows how to go low.
No, I'm completely in agreement with how they ran the play.
Yeah,
you have a man who's 250. The classic quarterback sneak. It's the same bullshit the Steelers always did with Ben. You never ran it properly.
Mm-hmm.
You have a guy that size who can he runs the ball. Just do that. You don't need to do
the thing that they do on 4th and 3 or 4th and 4, where it's just let him take the ball in a shotgun. Take a quick look, and the dude just barrels into a first down anyway. You don't need to run that with them.
No, it's definitely unnecessary. I'm not disagreeing with you. It's like the Steelers running a sweep with Cordarrelle Patterson on 3rd and 1, and he loses 4 yards. It's pointless. But yeah, I'm just frustrated that we continue to see the same narrative and nothing changes. That's where my frustration.
Well, you just mean in general, as in the Chiefs get to the Super Bowl again, or?
I think that, obviously that, and then also with the refereeing aspect, it's always one-sided in the playoffs specifically, and it's tough not to you can try to defend it. I know you do all the time.
No,
but you do. But it is tough to.
I don't mean to, in the sense of obviously I fucking hate it too. I just also have a tough time because we did this for 20 years with the Patriots.
But it didn't feel like this. It never felt like this.
It was different. Yes, for sure. I
and especially with the refs, it was never like this. It's not how it is.
You always went.
It was bad sometimes, but not every game. They're going to get every single call their way. Every time.
I think I just try to argue my argument with
your argument is the it's tighter. Everything is tighter. The play calling's more well knit. I get that.
Yes,
but it's still like as a whole.
No, I agree. I think like two things can be true. I think that the Chiefs benefit from officiating, but they're also the most buttoned up team.
Yeah, at times. But at times this season they haven't been.
No, but that's what I mean. It's like when it comes to the playoffs, specifically once we get to AFC Championship weekend, like everything is precise. Everything is calculated with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And I can't say that for any other team. Even the Ravens.
I just even will continue
when the Ravens have their best called games from a coaching perspective, nothing is as calculated and nothing has the same intent as what the Chiefs do. Again, like it's like they're practicing for 19 weeks. Like 19 games, they're just going through the motions. They're playing with different things. It's the same reason that they're able to pull off the Broncos game in week 9 or whatever it was.
It was like the Broncos game, the Raiders game.
They had a chance to lose that game.
There was like 4 straight games where I was just like, this is just unbelievable luck.
And the Broncos one specifically where it's just like, oh yeah, we know this guy on the left side, his feet aren't set properly at any point in time when he's blocking. They blow him up, immediately block the kick.
Yeah.
They win that game. It's the little things like that the Chiefs have more than anybody right now that it is wildly frustrating.
It's just very frustrating. I think the thing that like made me the most pissed was what I don't know if you saw this, what Mahomes said after the game. He basically apologized for winning. And I was like, just shut up, dude. Like shut up.
Yeah.
Like that made me mad. Like the last thing Josh Allen wants to hear is I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like
no, I did see some of that, and I was just like,
you're like I've never wanted a team to lose more in
narratives right now.
I didn't thumbs up.
We know how
I've never wanted a team just to like fail so bad, and they're not. They don't do it. They don't fail.
Mm-hmm. No,
and it's just
again
so
I think the
tough
only
to
team
watch. It's 6. Like what is it now? 5 straight Super Bowl appearances by this team. It's because Tampa. Oh no, not 5 straight. But
it's 6 out of 7. 7 straight. Conference championships. Yeah,
7 straight conference championships. But they lost to the Patriots.
5 out of 7.
Lost to the Patriots. Beat the Bucs. Well, lost to the Patriots in the AFC Championship. Lost to the Bucs
in the Super Bowl. Yeah,
lost to the Bucs, and then beat the Niners.
No, it was lose to the Patriots in the AFC Championship. Got to the Super Bowl, beat the Niners, and
lose to Tampa.
Lost to Tampa. Then lost to the Bengals.
Niners.
Then won. Then
Philly.
Won.
Yeah, Philly, Niners again, and Philly again. I've seen this. I've seen it already. I already know.
Yeah. No, I know.
I think the biggest difference here is with Philly isn't the same team they were the first time they played.
Right. I think Philly is helping. I think Philly is built to beat them everywhere except quarterback.
And I think that might make a difference. I think it might.
I think it will too, because you got 2 receivers there, 2 ones. They have 2 ones. Devontae is a 1. He's their second option, but he's a 1.
Yeah, he's a 1.
Yeah. And then maybe the best football player on the planet right now.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. And I don't know. I saw a really good meme. It was the fuck. What's it from? The fuck you, you're cool, I'm out.
Yeah.
And it was like, fuck you, Patrick Mahomes. Fuck you, Travis Kelce. Fuck you, Eagles. You're cool, Saquon Barkley. Fuck you, Jalen Hurts. I'm out. So I mean, if nothing else, I'm rooting for Saquon Barkley. I'm not rooting for anything else.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna be electric.
It's, who America is rooting for in the Super Bowl. And it was like the little green dot around Philly, the little red dot around Kansas City, and then it was gray everywhere else. And it was just like, gray is meteor. Like, nobody wants this. outside
Nobody
of
was rooting. It's like
those two metropolitan
last
areas.
year all over again. Everybody wanted Buffalo, Detroit. Every single person. Didn't happen.
Yes,
because
I wanted both
Detroit
teams to
was
lose
full
in
of
the last one too, because I didn't
Detroit
want to
was
have to
full
listen
of
to
fucking up.
Yeah, I just don't want to listen to Brock Purdy discourse all offseason.
In fact, I'm
Would have been
less
happy for Christian McCaffrey, but I also know that Jalen Hurts discourse isn't going to happen.
Well,
if the Eagles win the Super Bowl.
Nick. I don't ever want Nick Bosa to have a ring. Period. Period. No.
Yeah.
There's guys I love on that team. I never want Nick Bosa to have a ring. For that reason,
they can all go somewhere else and win one. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you on that.
That's my narrative.
I would be more than happy for Christian McCaffrey, but outside of that,
hard pass.
Yeah.
Fred Warner, love Fred Warner. Nick Bosa, can't stand it.
Yeah, no, that's really George Kittle, love George Kittle.
Yeah, love George Kittle.
Trent Williams. Honestly, Trent Williams would be great for him to have a ring. Just I think it'd be great for his career.
It's never
put the last little leaf, that last feather in his cap, kind of thing. But
all right,
yeah.
Well, let's move on. Small little tidbit. What were you gonna say?
I don't know. I was going to ask you where you wanted to go, but you looked like you were already on to something else.
I was going. You're just interrupting me. So, small little tidbit in case you guys aren't necessarily really well read on it. Senior Bowl is this week, and they just wrapped up practice today. There's a couple names to watch out for. One of which is Mike Green.
Yes,
he is edge out of Marshall,
and he's bullying people.
He's nasty. He's been getting a lot of hype these last few weeks. He's not a big name, and then I've seen a lot of hype around him. And then I got a chance just to watch some clips from him at the Super Bowl not the Super Bowl. Oh my God, the Senior Bowl, and he's nasty. He's a freak. Probably going to be a first round pick, if not even higher.
Yeah, so he
definitely,
is.
Definitely a name to watch going forward. Him and Shamar Stewart also had a pretty big week. He is out of A&M.
Him, I'm not sure about. The two names that I saw and clips that I saw was Mike Green just dominating one-on-ones at the practice. And then Gray Zabel, O-lineman. I'm not sure what he's going to declare as, but I saw him listed as a tackle, just swallowing.
Yeah, you saw him listed as a tackle. I saw him as a guard, but he plays every position on the O-line.
I think he's played all five positions.
So he's like Graham Barton from last year. He can play all five. Or if you ask
Dickerson type, honestly, that's where I was going to go.
Dickerson didn't really play tackle.
Well, Barton, Dickerson, he played all five positions. It was just they moved him to center because he was. Least. Yeah, but he also knew everything. That's why they moved him to center.
He played center the most.
Yeah, no, he did. Yes, I'm agreeing with that. I just, they moved him to center because he understood how to call protections and everything like that. Gray Zabel has been
he's been the best
phenomenal
offensive lineman in the Senior Bowl.
Yeah. Just bullying dudes from Power 5 schools. He's got, all these 5-star recruits, and he's from North Dakota State, and he's just eating them up. In one-on-one.
And I mean, somebody needs to take a step up. Tackle position as a whole is very down this year. There's a lot of tackles that are probably going to profile better as guards coming out of this class.
There's 3 or 4 tackles, I think.
In
two from LSU, one from
of those
Texas.
Is probably going to be a guard. Kelvin Banks.
One from Texas.
Oh, there's 2 from Texas. Cam Williams. He's their right tackle. He's a little bit more raw.
So there was 4 names that I was thinking
Josh Simmons Josh Simmons is tackle out of Ohio State. He'd be pretty high if he didn't get hurt.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But there was 4 names, not
Josh
Cornerly.
Him. Josh Cornerly Jr. out of Oregon. He's a name to watch out for. Those are the bigger tackles to watch out for. But
I think depending on how he is going to play himself into a higher position.
He definitely going to be a day 2 guy for sure now, whereas probably he was a day 3. If he keeps this up, a lot of hype, a lot of need at the tackle spot, especially in the end of the first. Potentially could play himself into the end of the first round if he continues to test well. I'm sure he's going to get a combine invite at this point.
I was going to say, yeah, depending on if he performs at the combine, I think he could get himself fully established as a first rounder and go in the mid first.
I wouldn't necessarily go that far, but definitely an early day 2 pick. I'd go that far.
Definitely. I think that's official at this point.
We'll see. It's so tough.
Yes, but I mean, offensive tackle, it's a premium position. That's kind of where I'm going with that.
Yeah, that's
like fair. You think about the positions that go early in the draft. It's quarterback, offensive tackle, pass rusher. Those are your top 3.
Yeah.
So at a premium position, I think he's established himself as, based on maybe a little too early on that after one practice. But at the same time, you look at that and you go, shit. Like you get some of these guys, once we get into draft time, that really start turning heads based on how they perform in the Senior Bowl and Combine. If his numbers at the Combine they do stand out, I think he could easily be mid first round.
Yeah, we'll see how it progresses. Not going to go that far yet, but he definitely has some hype. So one position group that stood out even further than I was expecting is tight end. Tight end is very deep in this draft class. There's 3 positions overall that are very deep. It is tight end. It is running back by a mile.
There's so many running backs.
Interior defensive line is very deep.
I just want to point out again, the amount of day 3 running backs that are like legitimate players is insane in this draft class.
Running back's going to get pushed up higher this year because of Saquon. I want you to know that.
That's fair.
The 2 first-round running backs, one for sure is Genty,
and
then the other one is the guy at Iowa. His name is now Caleb Johnson. I think it's Caleb Johnson. It spells his name K-L-E-B.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Let me double check this. So those are
I was just going to say, like,
the 2 guys.
Like, go through some of the, and you still have like Quinshon Judkins, who's.
I love Quinshon Judkins.
I mean,
if the Steelers take him, I'm not mad.
No, I'm not mad either. I wouldn't be mad about that either. I mean, even the Penn State guys who have returned back, like I said, that they're coming back.
Nick Singleton would have been good this year coming out.
Like both of them would have been high draft picks.
Probably,
and they're
2 third-round picks
coming out, and they're not coming out, and it's still a loaded running back class.
It is so loaded. You got Devin Neal out of Kansas, Quinshon, Travion Henderson, Caleb Johnson, Omarion Hampton, Ashton Genty. I mean, those are 5 first and second round running backs right there, and there's more than that. So it's going to be quite a turn. And if you think your team doesn't need a running back, you're wrong.
Yes,
I'll say that.
If you're not the
I'll
Eagles,
say that right now.
Honestly, no. If you're not the Eagles,
you're taking a running back in this draft.
If you're not the Eagles and you're not looking at the running back position, I'm including the Ravens with Derrick Henry in this.
The Ravens are looking at a running back this year.
They 100% should be.
They'd be dumb not to.
Yes. I think after this year, you can talk yourself into, we're bringing Derrick Henry back, but also at the same point, like, you got to do something.
I think the teams that don't look at running back are the Packers with.
See, I would say that you got to at least look at it.
But they just took a running back last year, too, and they have Jacobs signed to, like, another 3 years. They're fine. They took Marshawn Lloyd. I'm not worried about it. Detroit's not looking at running back. Jets probably aren't looking at running back. They have Breece Hall. They have Braylon Allen. It's a good one, too. Probably not looking at running back. Philly.
That's it? That's your list?
Yeah, that's probably it.
No.
After that, I can make an argument for almost any team.
I know.
Even Buffalo. Buffalo is probably the next one on the cusp, just because.
Yeah, James Cook and Ray Davis have been. Yeah, and James Cook has been great, and Ray Davis has been a great second option for them.
So yeah, I'll probably toss Buffalo in there as well. Even though I don't love James Cook.
I think you're flirting with it.
You might be because he's at the end of his deal.
Yeah. What was I going to say?
Ooh.
Fucking wet dream for me is Ashton Genty.
To Denver?
No.
See, that's mine. That's
close.
Mine.
No, that's not mine, but it's close.
Where?
Chargers.
That's up there. I don't think he makes it that far.
I don't think he makes it that far either, but also at the same time, I go, good God, I would love that. Are you telling me you're giving Jim Harbaugh fucking Ashton Genty?
Yeah. Just wait.
I want it so bad.
Yeah. It's going to be great. Just wait till he goes to the Bears and everybody's going to be set.
Honestly, I'd like that too. Caleb Williams, Ashton Genty, and then they beef up the O-line.
It's the best team on paper again, and then they just suck.
Give me Ben Johnson.
We'll see. We'll see. I want to see it.
I'm going to give the Bears another chance because of Ben Johnson.
See, here we go again. You love to project. I love to wait and see.
I know, and you know how I've been about the Bears for so long. But I felt like they finally did the right thing with Caleb, and they finally did the right thing with Ben Johnson.
That's fair.
Can you not gulp so loud? Like, Jesus Christ, I'm hearing you fucking throating your bubbly every time you take a sip here.
All right. We gotta close this one out, guys, before Asher says something that he regrets.
Well, don't you worry. I'm gonna end the next one.
All right, guys. We're gonna let you go here. And we're going to get set up for a very interesting second episode. Asher's going to take the lead on this one.
We got a big one. I'm very excited about this.
All right, so stay tuned, and I hope you're excited. But until then, we're out. Peace.
Peace.